Hi guys, it's Mark Jason here from Link Business. Just practicing my social distancing down at the beach for God knows how much longer, but I wanted to share with you some frustrations I'm feeling about the government stimulus packages so far, and I really think that they've missed the mark and that they're really hitting the medium and large businesses of Australia, and they're not doing what they should be doing and targeting the small businesses of Australia. The small businesses are defined as businesses employing under 20 people. And what a lot of people don't realise is that they make up 50% of the private sector in Australia, employing 5 million people. And if the government or if the country, in a wider sense, doesn't do something to help small businesses, we're going to be left with some serious problems. In our society, we're going to have less competition in different industry sectors. We're going to see the larger businesses succeed, because typically what we see is that small business live week to week or month to month, sometimes quarter to quarter if they're really set up well and they've got some good money surplus in their bank accounts. But typically they live month to month. And if we don't do something for them, we're going to see an increase in the cost of living and an increase in expenses. And we're also going to see a greater divide between the rich and the poor. And so I look at what the government's done so far, and the asset write-off of 150. Let's be honest, big business that can afford large-scale equipment and that can afford, the big directors' cars and whatnot, that's great. But what does it do for small business? What does it do for the hospitality sector? What does that do for tradies? What does that do for people in the building sector? It doesn't do a whole lot, really. The tax break of 50% on PAYG, that's great, but it's really a money merry-go-round. I mean, you've got to pay the money to the government first, and then you've got to wait for the money to come back. Now, I don't know about you, but I know a lot of the small businesses that I'm out there speaking to, they're looking at deferring the government payments at the moment. And then you look at what the state's done, and really the state's done absolutely nothing. Payroll tax is just there for medium to large businesses. First of all, they've brought forward the new cap on payroll tax, which is up to $1 million, which means that they're affecting less people in effect. And then payroll tax is 5.5% on whatever your payroll is over $1 million now moving forward. But small business again, 20 people to be paying $1 million in wages, you really got to be employing over 15, I'd say, to get to those numbers, maybe 13, 15. So it's not really doing anything for the small business people again, and it's certainly not doing anything for the hospitality sector and the retail sector and the building sector and the real estate sector, the main sectors that employ the most people in this economy. And then we've also got the federal government announced, the 50% wage support for apprentices. But what we don't realise is that the apprentices are just recognised apprentice programs. That's not the level 1 award in hospitality. It's not the level 1 award in real estate. It's not the level 1 award in retail. It's not any of those. It's apprentices, and that's in electricity and plumbing services, and that's a good thing. I'd admit that's definitely a good thing. And then there's the 90 billion finance facility for banks to support small business loans. But let's be honest, since APRA changed the criteria on investment loans and the Banking Royal Commission, there really hasn't been any small business loans out there at all. And if there has been any loans to small business, they've wanted asset backed. They've wanted the small business owner to put their house on the line. So really, the only thing that I've seen that's been of major support to small business owners has been NAB deferring loans for the last 6 months. And that's what we need to see more of. We need to see more of that. I don't even know. Definitely mortgage suspension, rental rebates. I don't know how we're going to get that, but if the government supports banks and commercial loans, banks can pass that on to landlords on the proviso that they provide rental abatements. And that's rental abatements means that they don't have to pay the money back later on, not deferments. So we need to see more stuff like that, but I'm interested to hear what you think we should be doing, what the government can be doing, and what big business and the banks can be doing to support small businesses. Please comment below. I'd love to hear your suggestions. Thanks for listening.